Hello and welcome to Yoga with India. I'm India and thank you for joining me in this gentle yoga practice today. So yoga really is for everyone, but you've got to start somewhere. So this gentle practice is going to be perfect if you're a beginner. It's also great if you're recovering from illness or injury, or if you're just generally having a bit of a chill day and you need something a little bit quieter to go with your flow. All right, let's get started. So we're going to begin in a child's pose. So if you're new to yoga, then a child's pose is a really restorative pose that's soon going to become probably one of your favorites. It's great to come back to at any point of yoga in your yoga session if you just need a bit of an active rest. So I'm going to take an open hip child's pose. So our knees are going to come to the distance of the mat. Our feet are going to come together and we're going to sink our glutes down into our heels. We're then going to walk our hands as far away from us as possible, sending the chest down between the arms and allowing the forehead and the brow line to touch the floor underneath you. Okay, taking a couple of really deep breaths here. Good, really sinking those glutes down into the heels. And just beginning to connect with the present. So clearing the mind with the breath. And don't be afraid to hear your breath. Maybe making your breath louder than your mind. Helping the mind to still. And for you to feel really aware in the here and now. Good. All right, let's take a little bit of a stretch here. So we're going to walk our hands over to the right side. Our left hand's going to come on top of our right hand. And we're going to keep sinking that chest and head down through the arms and feel the stretch through our left side. Good, so you should really feel the stretch right from the hip right through to the shoulder. Good. All right, let's go over to the other side, passing through the center point, walking the hands as far as you can over to the left. Right hand's going to come on top of the left. And once again, keep sinking those glutes down into the heels. Pour the chest, the head down through the arms, and get that stretch through the right side this time. Perfect. All right, walking those hands back to the center now. Cool. All right, let's slowly roll ourselves up now into our box pose. So our hands are going to come underneath our shoulders and our knees directly underneath our hips. We're going to spread our fingers as wide as we can. And we're going to engage our core, draw our belly button through to spine and feel that nice long spine. So you want to be creating a tabletop through your back. Okay, let's create a little bit of motion now. So we're going to slowly begin to move our body round in circles from side to side. So slowly transferring the weight over the hands and then taking it back into the hips. Good, and then pouring it back over again. So creating this circular motion with the body, being really gentle here. Good. Going at your own pace, your own speed. And then going in the opposite direction. Good, feeling that motion as your weight transfers back and forth. Nice. Okay, one more rotation here. And then lining yourself back up to that center point. Okay, let's warm the spine up now, cat and cow pose. So drawing the belly button up through to spine, you want to scoop the stomach up towards the sky, press the hips forward, drop the head and look through the legs. Now allow the belly to soften down to the mat. The tailbone goes high and the chest leads nice and high as well. Good. Drawing that belly button all the way up now. Finding that arch, contracting here, really scooping through the belly. And then exhale, taking that nice soft belly down to the floor, almost feeling like that soft puppy dog belly you get. Good. And one more time, drawing the belly button up, pressing the hips forward, looking through the legs, seeing the world upside down. And exhale, letting the belly drop, tailbone goes high and chest leads. Nice. All right, slowly finding that neutral place now. Okay, we're going to tuck our toes under and come into our downward facing dog. So as this is the first downward facing dog we're going to come into in this session, we're going to walk our feet underneath us. So just pedaling through the feet, just warming up, seeing how we feel. We want to be creating an A-frame with our body here. Good. And then when you're ready, just slowly sinking those heels down to the mat. If you need to bend the knees, absolutely do so. It will take the pressure off the backs of the legs and the lower back. Good. And just allow that head to shake. Just shaking through the head, releasing the neck. And a couple of deep breaths here. Good. Okay. We're now going to go through a really short flow sequence that's going to be really gentle on the body, so just follow my lead. From here, we're going to gently drop the knees down to the floor. We're going to drop the chin and the chest down, bending the elbows back and then pressing the hips down to the mat. Roll the shoulders back and lift the chest slightly. 10 toes are going to be flat down on the mat. Good. Slowly exhale, bring the chest down and then keep those elbows back, scoop back through your box pose, tuck your toes under and then come back up into downward facing dog. Good, just checking your alignment as you look through your legs, checking that your knees and your toes and your heels are all lined up together. All right, let's go again. Gently bending the knees, bring them down to the mat. Bending the elbows, allowing the chin and the chest to pour down, pressing the hips down to the mat. Rolling the shoulders back, hands should be right by your chest here, lifting the chest slightly, baby cobra. Good, keep those elbows back as you push back through your box, tuck your toes under and slowly coming up into your downward facing dog again. Nice. So just make sure your hands are spread out as wide as they can. Good, all right, let's go one more time. Bending the knees down. Bending the elbows, chin, chest, pressing the hips down. Rolling the shoulders back, elbows back, lifting the chest slightly, baby cobra. Good, and then taking the weight back into your box, tucking your toes under and coming into downward facing dog again. Well done, everyone. Okay, I hope that feels all right for you. Let's take a little rest now. So dropping the knees down. We're going to have a closed hip child's pose now. Dropping the chest down, walking the hands as far as you can and breathing here. All right, if you feel a little bit in the wrists, you can always just pop the palms of the hand up to the sky, keeping the fingertips on the floor and just really counteract that stretch through the wrists. Nice. Okay, gently placing the palms back down again. Okay, we're going to bend the elbows and just scoop the body all the way down so our chest is flat down to the mat. We're now going to take our forearms flat down to the mat, so they should be right by your side, fingertips coming as wide as they can, and we're going to come into our Sphinx pose. So we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to keep our toes flat down on the mat, and we're going to slowly lift the chest up towards the sky. So you're going to feel a little bit of pressure through the lower back here. Just keep breathing, go as high as your body's going to let you. Just go at your own pace. Good, keep engaging those glutes and then gently softening down to the mat. Okay, taking the arms out a little bit wider, palms down, arms are going to be at a right angle into our cactus pose. We're now going to lift our right knee up towards our armpit, Our right leg is in a right angle here, and we're going to place our left ear on the mat looking over to the right side. So we're taking a restorative pose here. You can flex the feet if you want a little bit more of a deeper stretch. Just breathing, softening. Good. One more breath here. And then gently returning the legs and the arms by your side. So your hands should be right by your chest, your elbows back. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, coming up a little bit higher, maybe in your full cobra. You're welcome to keep the arms a little bit bent here, keep those elbows back, lift the chest. If you want to keep it nice and low in baby cobra, then absolutely do so. Just go wherever feels good for you, making sure those 10 toes are flat down on the mat. Good, and then gently softening here. Once again, taking those arms out into that right angle, those cactus pose. Turning the right ear to the mat, looking to the left. And then drawing the left knee up towards to meet the elbow, flexing the foot. And enjoying this recovery pose here, allowing the hips to soften. Good. Should feel a great release after doing your cobra. All right, gently returning back to that neutral place. Taking your hands by your side and just scooping yourself back up into your box. We're just going to walk our knees underneath us and cross our legs. And then shoot our legs right out in front of us. Good. So, I'm going to have a nice stretch to the backs of the legs now. So I want you to flex your feet and imagine your feet up against a wall. So they're super, super flat. Really send that energy up through the backs of the legs. Drawing up through the core, growing a little bit taller out of your seat, planting your hands down by your side, shoulders away from ears. Taking a couple of breaths here, feeling really strong, really supported. Good, you feel that pelvic floor drawing all the way up. All right, and when you're ready, see if you can just float those arms overhead. Allow them to rise up above your head, energy through the hands, taking that inhale, and then exhale, folding down over your legs. Grabbing hold of your thighs, your shins, or if you're feeling super flexible today, maybe the sides of your feet. Trying to send those elbows out to the side. Taking your inhale, and as you exhale, softening down over the legs. Now the trick here is to not look at your knees, but to look at your big toes, as it really helps to keep that nice straight spine that we're after. And as you can see your feet, you can see if they're flexed or not. So you want to keep them nice and flexed. Imagine they're up against that wall, that imaginary wall. Good, keep sending energy through the arms as we lower the chest down with every exhale. Good, using that breath. Good job. All right, one more breath here. And then slowly recovering, coming all the way up. All right, so you can just cross your legs now. If you struggle being in cross-leg position, you can leave them out in front of you, or maybe take the legs into a mermaid pose. I'm going to turn around to face you. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we've got our legs crossed. Just walking the fingertips out by your side. Good, feeling those shoulders lower down away from ears. All right, we're going to lift our arms up to a T shape, so our arms should be level with our shoulders. We're going to cross our right arm over our left, so our elbows should be connected. Okay, next step, bend the elbows. Now see if you can get the backs of the hands to touch. If this feels quite easy and quite comfortable, maybe keep rotating the arms around so you can get the palms to touch. Okay, see how that feels, and then if you want to take it further, take your inhale, and as you exhale, draw the arms further up overhead. Good. So just go at your own pace. Nice. This pose is called eagle pose. You should really feel it in the back and the shoulders. Good. And then slowly drawing those elbows down. We're going to lengthen the arms now. So try and keep them connected at the elbows. Now connect the little fingers together. Now take the palms together and connect the thumbs. Take the arms overhead. Now bend the elbows and take those elbows out to the side. So you really want to be sending those elbows back if you can, opening through the shoulders. Good. Nice. Feel that strength, that core connect as you keep yourself sat upright. One more breath here. And then lengthening the arms above your head, separating the arms. And now we're going to drop our hands round to the right side. So right arm's going to come behind us. Our left arm is going to cross over to the thigh. We're going to inhale out of our seat and exhale, turn to face the back of the mat. So really trying to rotate as much as you can, not just in the shoulders, in the full body. Good. These twists and rotations are really great for detoxing through the body, opening up new space, allowing the breath to go into new places. Nice. And then slowly recovering, slowly coming around to that center, arms by your side. All right, we need to even ourselves up now. So taking those arms back up to a T shape. This time left is going to go over right, connecting at the elbows, bending the elbows, and then see if you can get the backs of the hands to touch first. If you want to go further, see if you can get those palms to touch. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, taking the arms overhead. So even though arms are going high, our shoulders are going to go low. Good, to get that full stretch. Really great. Keep breathing. Keep growing tall out of your seat. You don't want to be slumping over here. Nice. And then gently dropping the elbows down. Lengthening the arms. Seeing if we can connect the little fingers together. Palms together, connect the thumbs. And then arms are going to go overhead. We're going to bend the elbows and take them right out to the side. So really get those elbows as far out as you can, feeling it through the back. Good. Good, keep those palms up as well. And then lengthening through the hands, releasing the arms. And then we're dropping them over to the left. So the right hand's going to cross over. Left hand's going to come behind you. We're inhaling out of our seat. And then we exhale, turn to face the back of the mat. Rotating full body. Keep growing tall out of your spine as you rotate round. The taller we are through our seats, the more space we've got to twist. Nice. And then gently coming all the way back around. Good job. All right, just drawing the knees up, planting the feet down on the floor, and then just slowly shuffling the hips forward and really gently lowering your body down to the mat. Okay. So just taking a moment here, connecting to the breath. So we're just going to do 3 hip raises now. So our palms are going to be down by our side. We're going to draw our heels in towards our glutes, and our knees are going to be about hip distance apart. We want to keep them exactly where they are. We don't want them to move. All right, we're going to slowly roll the hips up, working through every vertebrae, taking the hips as high as we can. Good. And then just slowly lowering them all the way down. Really engaging the glutes as you do so. Good. Okay, going again. Taking the hips as high as we can. Keeping those knees in place too. Really important to keep the knees where they are. And then gently rolling down through the spine. Trying to keep the shoulders flat down to the mat as well. Good. And one more time, taking those hips as high as you can. Feeling those glutes work. And then gently taking them all the way back down. Well done, everyone. Good job. Drawing the knees in, maybe placing the hands on your knees. And 3 rotations round one way, giving the lower back a little bit of a massage there. And then 3 round the other. Good. Okay, we're going to now take our arms back into that cactus pose that we took earlier. This time, backs of the hands are going to be on the floor. Okay, and we're going to gently take our knees over to the right side. So really gently allowing those knees to fall over to the right side. And then slowly sending the head to the left. Once again, coming into a really nourishing twist. When you're here, really connecting to the breath. Having the hands in this cactus pose really opens the heart, which I feel really liberating. Good. All right, gently drawing the knees all the way back in. You might need to engage that core a little bit to draw those knees up. You can always keep your feet on the floor. If you're struggling to draw the knees up with the feet off the floor, you can always keep the feet on the floor here. And then sending the knees over to the left side. And the head's going to go over to the right. Good. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Centering the breath. Okay, gently drawing those knees all the way back up. Placing the feet on the floor if they're not already. Good, lengthen the legs, sending the feet away from you. And then taking the arms right by your side. Allowing your arms to fall wherever they'd like to, allowing your feet to fall wherever they'd like to. As you reach your Savasana, your relaxation pose. So just gently closing off the eyes here. And taking a couple of deep belly breaths. Good. Just softening for a moment or two. Just taking a few moments of rest, of peace, of quiet. Alright, you can stay here if you'd like to, as long as you like. Or if you'd like to just follow me by wiggling the fingers and the toes. Good, and taking the arms overhead, full body stretch. Good. And then gently just drawing those knees up and over, rolling over to your side, hand comes by your side, and then pushing yourself up, finding yourself in your seated posture. And let's plant our hands down by our knees, grounding ourselves at the end of this gentle yoga practice. All right, inhale, hands coming all the way up, palms meet. Exhale down to heart center. Inhale, hands coming all the way up. Exhale down to heart center. One more time. Inhaling, hands coming up. Exhale down to heart center. Bang your head to your heart and your heart to the ground. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today, and do subscribe to my channel for loads more yoga videos. All right, see you again soon. Bye.